Today's November 22nd, 2024. It's starting to turn brisk outside, and I'm finding frost on the hood or the roof of my car. So I took my plants inside, and I plan to move them back and forth through the winter time. I'm going to try to care for these avocados a little more like a normal gardener would. I feel like I've done the experiments that I wanted to, and I understand how these trees perform in the cold weather. So this is a collection of seedlings. This tree is sort of interesting because I had some seeds in a bag that I forgot about. And after about 6 months, this was the only one that was insisting on making a root. And I thought, well, maybe there's some determined properties to this plant that it is going to grow one way or another. So I gave it a chance and put it in soil. This is an older seedling that I accidentally broke the stem at the base trying to repot it. So I moved it to another pot and it did resprout. I just thought the leaf shapes are kind of interesting. They start out kind of boat-like and then start to curl. So I'm just going to hang on to it and care for it and see if I can get fruit from it someday and find out if there's anything interesting. This is another taller seedling. Notice that the frost was just beginning to affect the leaf tips here. So I'm not going to make wild claims about hardiness in the cold, but it does seem to be at least as tolerant as a Fuerte is. Over here, this is the mystery seedling I got from northern Florida at Oliver Moore's Grove. So I'm still caring for that, and we'll see how it performs. Now I'll step outside and show where the other trees are. It's a little chilly and breezy out here, but I've demonstrated this area before. It's kind of a sheltered area on three sides, but it is technically outdoors. So I put trees back here when the nights are getting into an uncomfortable zone for them. These are my grafted trees. I got my poncho here. I got the bacon by the wall. There's my Stewart. In the far back, I have a seedling that I've been caring for since 2021. And it still has some new red leaves at the top. So it came through a night close to freezing in the corner over there, doing perfectly fine. So now we'll walk to the other corner, and I've got some more trees on that side of the house too. This is the south-facing sunny side of the house. So I clustered my pots together over here. I've got plenty of kumquat still growing, and I learned last year it's okay to let a kumquat tree freeze. It'll just thaw out and the fruit is still good. I've got a seedling here that I've been caring for a few years. Back in there is the Fuerte, and I made a video earlier about the damage that occurred to that when I didn't water it enough. And here's the other seedling that was suffered from lack of water. So I'm keeping them in a very sheltered place. I may take them inside like the other ones that I showed earlier if it gets colder than what I'm experiencing lately. Down here is a rootstock avocado. That was my Brogdon. And I experimented a little too much with that Brogdon tree this spring. I kept moving it too far out into the yard on cold days, so I lost the budwood. But I kept the rootstock just in case I want to play with it later and try and graft some things. And over here I've got my Mexicola and my Lila tree planted in the ground. I didn't do any protection at all. In fact, I think these trees can handle a few degrees below freezing with no protection. And my extended experiment is I think that the mass of these trees will help prevent the cool air sliding through here, and I will have a nice pocket that I could plant another tree. Maybe I'll try a citrus. So that's how things stand. November 22nd. I'll make another video if I have some news here.